So you're planning a trip to Morocco. That's fantastic. We're about to walk through one of the most incredible travel routes on the planet, all the way from the buzz of Marrakech to the deep silence of the Sahara. And we're not just gonna look at a map, we're gonna see it the locals' way, the prepared path.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little intense, right? But look, it's not a warning. Really, it's an invitation. It's an invitation to see this country for what it really is, not just as a tourist, but through the eyes of someone who calls it home. It's all about knowing which doors to open. So for the next few minutes, just think of me as your Get Experience guide. I'm here on the ground, and I want to share some of that local knowledge that takes a trip from just good to absolutely, truly unforgettable. We're going to bypass all the confusion and head straight for the magic.
Our journey, like for so many others, kicks off in Marrakech. And it's no surprise that this is exactly where most travelers make their biggest mistakes. But don't worry, this is also where the real adventure gets started, as long as you know where you're going.
You've got to understand, the old city, the Medina, it was literally designed hundreds of years ago to confuse anyone who wasn't supposed to be there. And today, well, it can still do a number on visitors. The markets, the souks, they are just an explosion of sights and sounds and smells. It's brilliant, but it's a whole lot to take in at once. So how do you find the real city in all this beautiful chaos? Well, first, let's talk food. You've got the famous Jama El Fanal Square, for sure. But the best spots, they're hidden away, not on any online list. That's where a guide is everything. Second, what you wear. Covering your shoulders and knees, it's not just about respect, it's just practical. It's hot. And finally, the souks. Think of them less as a shopping mall and more like a giant treasure chest, if you know how to explore. And that brings me to the #1 question I always get, bargaining. Look, this is not a conflict. It's not an argument. It's a conversation. It's a part of the culture, it's totally expected, and honestly, when you do it right, it's a lot of fun. So here's the secret. It really just comes down to 3 simple steps. First, always start with a smile. It completely changes the tone. Second, that first price you hear, that's just the opening line. It's an invitation to start the conversation, so always offer something lower. And third, what's your most powerful tool? Being willing to politely say, "Thank you so much," and just walk away. I promise you, more often than not, you'll hear a better offer called out before you've taken 2 steps. All right, now imagine leaving all that city energy in the rearview mirror as our path takes us up into the Atlas Mountains. This is the part of the trip that people always seem to underestimate, but let me tell you, it is an absolutely essential stop. Look, you can do a day trip from Marrakech. A lot of people do. But trust me on this one. Staying for just one night in the mountains completely transforms the entire experience. The quiet, the unbelievable stars, the way the light hits the peaks in the morning. A day trip just can't give you that.
This is where you find the heart of the country. As you wind your way through the incredible Tizi and Tichka Pass, you'll see these authentic Berber villages clinging to the mountainsides and landscapes that feel like they're from another planet compared to the Medina. It's calm, it's powerful, and it's just pure Morocco. After the mountains, it's time for the desert. But which one? This is a really big decision, and it honestly depends on 2 things: how much time you have and what kind of desert experience you're really dreaming of.
Let's break down your 2 main choices, because they're very different. First, you've got Agafay. It's super close to Marrakech, like half an hour away. It's this stark, rocky, almost moon-like landscape. It's perfect if you just want a quick, one-night desert escape. But then, you have Merzouga. This is the Sahara you've seen in movies, those massive, towering orange sand dunes of Erg Chabi. Now getting there is a full day's drive, but that journey is a huge part of the adventure itself. Okay, before we finish up, let's cover a few final, super practical tips. These are the things that will help you out no matter where you are on your journey through Morocco. All right, listen up, because this one is so important. The Moroccan dirham is what's called a closed currency. In simple terms, that means you can't officially get it outside of Morocco. So do not exchange your money at home. Just wait till you land and use an official exchange counter or an ATM right at the airport. So let's quickly run through that final checklist for the prepared path. 1. Get your currency when you arrive. 2. Dress on the modest side for both respect and comfort. 3. Jump into bargaining. It's part of the fun. And number 4, the big one. Remember that having a local guide isn't a luxury. It's the key that unlocks the whole country. And this just says it all perfectly.
Having someone with you who knows which tiny alley leads to the best tagine in the city, or which unmarked turnoff leads to the most incredible sunset view, it doesn't just improve your trip a little bit, it fundamentally changes it. It's the difference between just seeing Morocco and truly experiencing it.
So there you have it. You now have the map for the prepared traveler's path. You know the way. The only question left to ask yourself is, who are you going to trust to help you open all the right doors to the real experiences waiting behind them? Something to think about as you plan your big adventure.